Alright, so in this video, I'm going to go through some of the examples of finding range. Okay, and range is the set of all outputs of a function. Okay, so what y values are you allowed to get out once you've put in those x values? Okay, so it's a lot easier to figure this out when you look at the graph. And remember that you're looking at y values, and y values are going to go from, they're going to run vertically, so up and down. Alright, so here's our first example. Okay, we're going to start off with a radical function. Okay, so if you notice on your graph, okay, this appears to be the bottom of the function. Okay, there's nothing else down here. So if you check out the y value that this is at, you would notice it's at -9. Alright, and your function is going to be going up. Even though it's not going up very fast, it is going up. So your range, we say, since it's going from -9 and up, we would write -9 to positive infinity. Alright, and we write it just like that. Okay, now, your y-intercept. That's where does it touch the y-axis? And clearly, this thing doesn't even start until way over here, so it doesn't even have one. So I'm going to write none. Alright? So, example 2. Another radical function. So notice, again, you have the bottom of the graph. It's about right here. Okay, and that corresponds to the y value +9. Again, this thing is increasing, going up forever, and so it's going to go from 9 to infinity. Alright, so the intercept appears to be somewhere between 10 and 11. Okay, so for sake of not guessing, I would have to use my graphing calculator to figure that out. It's 10 point something, but we'll come back to that in a little while. Alright, so on this graph, your range. Again, it's the y values. So notice that your graph comes all the way down here and then shoots back up. So the bottom part's the important part. It has a bottom at -9. That's the lowest it will go. And then it shoots upwards forever. So that means your range, again, -9 to infinity. Okay, and the fact that this is a whole bunch of 9s is just coincidence based on my examples. Alright, your intercept hits right here, which is at -8, and so we just call that 0, -8. That's its point. Alright, another example. Alright, so possible outputs, your y values. If you look towards the bottom of the graph, I like to look bottom to top. This is what I would consider the bottom because it has this arrow shooting down. That means it's going to go down forever to -infinity. Then it comes up like this, and it shoots up forever on this right side. So that indicates to me, and it should indicate to you, that it's going to go from -infinity to positive infinity. You can write that, or you can just call it all real numbers. Alright, lastly, your y-intercept is right there, dead center at the origin, 0, 0. Alright? Alright, and one more. Again, you want to start at the bottom of the graph when you're considering range, okay? Because range means your possible outputs, your y values. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom. It's going to shoot down forever, going towards -infinity. And then it is going to come up here, change directions, come down, and go down forever again towards -infinity. So the bottom is clearly going to -infinity. And it tops out at this value here. It does not go above 0.514. So your range would be from -infinity, the bottom, to the top, 0.514. Alright, and that is your range. Notice that I put the -infinity first. I want to name that value first. Again, this graph has a y-intercept at the origin. Alright? So again, just to remind you, range, you're going to look from the bottom y value to the very top y value. Domain, you look from the left value to the right x value. Okay, so just try to keep that in your head.